sure do. Okay, we're gonna head a little north right here then. 626, what's your altitude? Going through 16.5. That was 626, can you get an estimate how long before you're ready to jump from Freeport? Chicago Center, we still have 10 minutes plus. Measure. Captain 836, we're gonna have a big parachute drop over Freeport in about 10 minutes. Fly heading 070, I'll give you a vector around it. Okay, 070 for Wisconsin 836, and where is Freeport from our present position? Freeport is about 12 o'clock and 20 miles. 12 and 20, I would like to watch the show. Chicago Center, Douglas 626, we're level at 18,000. Douglas 626, roger, report 1 minute from jump. Roger, understand, report 1 minute from jump. Thank you. Okay, Steve, pick him up. Cross, pull up in there. Captain 836, jump flight of 4DC3s is now at your 12 o'clock, about 8 to 10 miles up at flight level 180. Hey, thanks a lot, we'll be looking out here, thanks a lot. Drop the jumpers, you know. Chicago Center, Douglas 626, we have 2 minutes to jumpers away. 26, right here. Well, if you make any more corrections, give us about 10 minutes notice. Douglas 626. About a minute to go now before jumping, about ready to go now. Chicago Center, this is 626, we have jumpers away. We're descending out of 18,000. Douglas 626, thank you.
(1887), Quincy, Illinois. Thomas Baldwin makes the first free-fall parachute jump from a hot air balloon. Following that historic event, the fascination of free-fall parachuting grows. But it isn't until the Second World War that modern equipment is produced. In the late 1950s and the early 1960s, clubs begin forming. It's discovered a jumper can control the fall by guiding his body. This realization leads to the linking of people in freefall. During the 60s, Jerry Bird of Southern California accomplishes the first 10-person link-up. 1 week later, Jim Bohr does it again in the Chicago area. Stars, or circle of hand formations, grow in popularity across. 1970, Roger and Carl Nelson begin jumping. Roger turns to teamwork and record attempts. Carl pursues free-fall photography. In just a few years, they'll help launch the quest for the largest formation. September 1975, Nick Lucas attempts a 30-person formation using a DC-3. Carl and Roger are invited to join the event and film it. Though the attempt yields only 29, it encourages Nick Lucas and Roger Nelson to join forces and plan for the future. In the 70s, California, Arizona, and Florida become winter migration points. It's there that the availability of larger aircraft make possible larger attempts. January 1978, California. Al Kruger, using the pattern formation theory, builds the first momentary 50-person formation. April 1978, Zephyr Hills, Florida. Roger and Nick join forces to surpass the feat, holding the 50-way for more than 3 seconds. September 1978, Pennsylvania. Walt Snyder breaks the 50s barrier using turbine aircraft for the first time. April 1979, Zephyr Hills. Roger and Nick plan the first 60-person formation. During practice, Nick is knocked unconscious. Roger tries to deploy Nick's chute. The attempt fails. Nick is killed. September 1979, Pennsylvania. all is killed while jumping. Roger, having lost his two best friends, considers selling his gear. 1980, Jim and Dana Hanbury convince Roger to jump from El Capitan in California for Carl Bonish, a pioneer of freefall photography. Bonish persuades Roger to continue his quest for the largest formation, agreeing to film a 60-way attempt. April 1981, Zephyr Hills. Roger joins forces with Roger Ponce de Leon. Together they conquer the 60-way. August 1981, a California group led by Jerry Ryan and Diane Rowland builds a 64-way. The record stands until April 1983, when Ponce, Tom Pyrus, and Guy Manos accomplish a 72-way in DeLand, Florida, followed by a momentary 90-way. April 1985, they attempt the magic 100 mark, only to be hampered by aircraft breakdown and bad weather. Roger Nelson is motivated by the 100-way and is reteamed with Ponce. Nelson wants to make this the first truly national attempt and contacts Steve Fielding to organize 20 California jumpers, while Ponce organizes 20 from the East Coast. Nelson forms the base group in Sandwich, Illinois, near Chicago, planning 50 practice jumps. He advertises for interested jumpers. Participants are chosen from around the country. They travel weekly to Sandwich, building 7 50-ways in preparation. Organization is planned to the smallest detail. Nelson and Ponce decide to color code the formation with jumpsuits and have oxygen for every participant. They agreed the feat should be photographed, and Bob Franzese, John Scharres, and Mike Stanton, who video the practice, are joined by Randy DeLuca, Ray Cottingham, and Tom Sanders. Needing 4 DC-3s for the attempt, 6 are brought in. For each plane and color, a leader is assigned. On August 2nd, the group is formed in Freeport, Illinois, and are issued tailor-made jumpsuits and maps of their exit and entry positions. A practice jump using 3 DC-3s is done, testing the theory and the jumpsuit fit. International judges are brought in to certify the jump and brief the leaders on their plan.
Regulations of your country that you're doing a record in, your government rules and regulations regarding aviation have to be followed. Aircraft oxygen and stuff like that. You're following.
We have oxygen with diaphragms, and we're ready to do 8 jumps.
The protective helmet must be worn, and so that leaves a lot to interpretation. So whatever you come up with. Well, Roger, I think you've got it pretty well squared away.
Elongated wedge, and we'll our front plane be the lead plane. This is the plane that'll set your altitude, so the plane probably best to check with will be our lead airplane to how high we go, because they'll pace him. And we're probably going to go to 17 to 18,000, and we'll exit and build this formation. All the grips will be linked as shown. Of course, this space will be linked up. All the zipper grips will be linked. The tan will break in and physically break this apart.
Do the judges physically have to be on the ground to observe this, or can they be in the plane?
We can put an air judge on the load if you wanted to, like if you were getting into a situation where, even though we have a picture.
We have 1 video camera, 3 16s, 4 or 5 still cameras on the outside to record it for what you need to do.
Temperature changes and the lenses fog up. You know, we have to have a picture, so we need to take precautions against that sort of thing.
Our fogging problems don't occur until below the altitude the breakout will occur, so we're pretty confident that it'll be all right.
At 7 o'clock the following morning, as the mist lifts, the group prepares for the attempt with ground practice.
We're going to let it settle 75s, right? Mutants are part of 75s. Enter in. We're going to fly straight in. Right hand grips only, 2 wrists, not elbows. We're going to let it fly. 100, you sneak in with those 75s, okay? Your key is when that 75 arrow moves, you get in there with it so it builds. You're the ones that are punching the clock on this thing getting done. Okay? Nobody breaks off until the base kicks their feet. And base, you know how I briefed you.
Next, the pilots discuss their plans.
We won't turn the jump on until it's together, and we'll do that. So we put it all together at 100 knots, stable at altitude. When it is, then we make the left-hand turn to jump run. When everything's stable on jump run, then the lead airplane will be asked to slow it down. I do all the talking. Nobody else does any talking. Let's let Terry, right, and then we'll all get on one frequency. And you don't have to worry about that until higher. But it's 122.75, and you monitor the other, and then you give them the final jump run, 2 minutes or whatever they ask for.
As the crews prepare the aircraft and the oxygen is loaded, jumpers board for the final oxygen and lineup rehearsal. The mystery of the jump still remains, but it's clear much work and dedication preceded this jump.
When the plane leader tells you to, take your time and do it orderly. There'll be no rushing at any point in the skydive. When it's your turn to stand up, make sure you don't get tangled in the hoses. Once you're up, get placed, get loose, but get in your line. From there, you wait for your mask down. At that point, you treat it like a normal skydive, your average 100-weight.
The group, now ready for the venture, departs on the first attempt. With excessive aircraft separation and a slow exit, they build the largest formation ever, an impressive 94-way. Filled with excitement, the group departs on jump 2, but they experience an exit miscue and a smaller formation.
And that spot was out of the money. Where the hell did they think we were going to jump? Vic's
At that point, that thing was breathing. That's the way the thing was breathing.
Well, yeah, that's because there's no structure. It's not building here.
I know.
Okay, that way we're going to have to chalk it up to a bad dive. We can't accent many people.
I know, you're getting down to that.
Yeah, well, we got... Okay, let's start with the pilots, all right?
Yeah, that's definite. If we have to, I think we should change the plane.
We have plane leaders sitting down, waiting to go. Look out the door. 3 miles out, you know, you can estimate 3 miles. Get them ready like we did.
You have to open up. Once we get it's going to be fast. But whenever it spreads out, it's spreading us out because it's always going to fill that open cavity.
And we got to initiate our exit to where we come out, we're in free fall.
Would you be better being tight or far out?
Hey, we haven't seen no tight yet. We're out in left
We ain't
field
seen
somewhere.
no tight yet, George.
On the third jump, things begin to gel. The aircraft formation is tight and the exit is much faster. The jump begins to build rapidly when one jumper experiences a premature deployment and another jumper fails to link.
One more. Come on. Come on, baby.
Look at that. We should have landed him. I felt good on that one. I was praying. I just want to get this one done with so I can, because be a letdown for the sport if we don't pull this off. We got the camaraderie, we got the vibes, we got the airplane. All I have is to get mellow from here and be ready to call air time. because it's only going to take one more. We're getting closer, and one more will do it. I'm ready. Roger?
I'm ready.
You guys? We're ready! All right.
The team boards and departs for the fourth and final attempt of the day. This jump never reaches as the lead plane experiences engine problems and returns to the airport. As Sunday comes, so do the clouds. An aircraft goes up and verifies the day at Freeport is finished. Refusing to quit, Roger tries to keep up the morale, but it seems hopeless this day. A film crew from Tennessee begins interviewing the participants.
You guys have wonderful senses of humor. We're not seeing those necessarily here in the last couple of days, but what about this Roger Nelson guy now? I mean, is he for real? I mean, this guy, he can't be this serious and this organized, is he?
Roger is for real. Roger can get anybody to do anything. He can get the best out in you that you don't even.
There's a lot of ugly guys in this group here. I mean, how do you keep from losing your concentration when you've got Jim Bohr across from you?
You better not lose your concentration.
Oh, who has the best wedge?
Dark blue! Red does. Let's get one thing straight. It's red. That's all to it.
No, it isn't. It's light blue. Blue is
you guys are out of control. All the guys.
How do you feel about Roger Nelson?
He's really a believer person, I think, Roger. He believes in a person. He's really strong about it. And it makes you feel really good that you've got this much belief behind you.
I think he's the best organizer I've ever met. I'm not organizing smaller loads than this, and he is way better than anybody I know.
It's going to take more than this to stop us. Clear skies, NASCAR. Tower chief says fine. Airport manager says fine. We're filed for no tip at 10 o'clock. Get your gear. We're going to dirt dive. Run them out. We're going.
Responding to the obligation of leadership, Roger has arranged to move the attempt to Oshkosh, Wisconsin. A dozen aircraft depart, carrying spectators, camera crews, spare parts, and personnel. The jumpers arrive at Oshkosh at 18,000 feet, exiting into clear skies. 2 jumps are made, both building to 94. Things began with tight formation and the exit speed increased, but the jumpers experienced large waves of instability. The waves wobble the structure up to 20 feet in height, eventually destroying it. The second jump depletes the oxygen and the morale. As the weather moves in, the group's energy begins to dwindle, and there's talk of giving up. Frustrated, the jumpers prepare to board for the flight back to Freeport. Monday begins with low clouds. Nelson and Ponce decide to utilize this low period by looking at the videotapes of the dives. A room is set up for the critique and discussion of new ideas.
And today is a great day because it's cloudy, because if it wasn't, we'd be going right back up and jumping. Now we can slow it down, find out what's going on, and learn off it. But we need that structure. We need those zipper grips to go together. And what we're going to go to is we're going to have everybody farther up, like we do with practicing in Sandwich. Remember, we're going to push it all up this way. Instead of being way far back here, we're going to get our ear up there by them thighs. If we do that, this thing won't be so big, and when it goes through the waves, it won't be leveraged so much, because the bigger this thing gets, when the side drops, when it comes back through, it gets amplified on the way back, like the crack the whip.
So you have to have the non-momentum dock. If you have to do it, if you feel that you have to wait for 7-8, I'd rather see you just be a foot behind. In other words, like a finish line of racehorses, you know, I want to see your head just slightly behind Farrell, so if you have to, that way it's going to be...
If we can shrink it up, it's going to fall faster, and it's going to be more solid. By having everyone tighter, I really believe it's going to solve both problems.
Just a lot of positive, constructive criticism. Billy's taking each color and telling them this is the problems you're having, this is what you can do to make the whole effort better. He's not being super critical. He's just being very positive, but constructive criticism.
The break seems well-timed as tension begins to dissolve. The jumpers regain their camaraderie. The skies clear as the briefing ends, and the group begins to rehearse jump number 7. On the exit, 2 jumpers collide. One is knocked unconscious, but he recovers and opens his chute.
Out of the corner of my eye, I saw him go by, just on his back, and just really going fast, and you know, realized he wasn't conscious, so I took off after him, but he kind of flipped over on his stomach and reached back for his handle, and he was just doing a slow turn and got his main out.
The team regroups and prepares to continue the effort to see the injured members. One more jump is attempted before sunset. It yields a 97 and a landing in German Valley, 12 miles away. The group gathers the next morning for the final day. Determined to break the record, replacements are made and they're given a briefing. August 6th is a day which will be remembered for the finest formations ever built.
What we got to do is go slow, be patient. Let the 50-way settle, back rows. Sneak on in, get a nice grip. 100-way row, follow it right in and take up your grips. Smooth, nothing hard about it. Got to think positive. Think 100-way. Relative work has no limit. This jump's for Carl, my best friend. You guys ready? Yeah! Go to your airplanes, that's it. Wow.
All right.
Yeah. No matter what they say.
We get a picture of that sucker. All right. Hey.
Oh, baby. Oh. Doesn't matter how long you have.
He had a problem, but he came back in, and it looked to me like he closed it just right after that and it went under.
Though not held for 3 seconds, the first 100-way had been built. Recharged with success, the group prepares for yet another jump. This jump proves the dedication of the members. As the team exits to begin jump 10, a yellow member falls beneath the group while his partner attempts to raise him back. Another jumper falls beneath and in desperation deploys his canopy for lift. Releasing it too soon, the jump grows only to 97. Refusing to give up, determined to succeed, the jumpers are excited as the aircraft climbs for the 11th try. Both the pilots and jumpers have gained valuable experience. Their timing, their discipline is obvious. The team is building their best jump yet. The formation is strong and stable. Everything goes perfectly, except one jumper fails to link. The ground watches as only 99 people hold the free-falling formation for over 12 seconds. With the energy from the last jump and daylight for one more, the team pushes on, knowing the record is only one jump away. The jumpers know this is the final attempt. One by one, the formation grows toward the record, when 2 jumpers collide, knocking them below. The first regains and links onto the formation. The other pulls his canopy in a final effort. He releases his chute as time runs out, and the jump ends, again at 99. One week later, Roger looks back.
What were the overall reactions of those involved in the 100-way attempt?
Well, there was an emotional letdown just from the fact that we were unsuccessful in our goal. But in the aftermath, everyone realized that the jumps that we had done, no one had ever accomplished before, and we were 1% away from a dream. Holding a 99 is like running a 3-minute mile, not just breaking a 4. It's incredible.
What were the successful aspects of the jumps that were made?
Well, the successful aspects were out of 11 jumps, 12 attempts. We built 7 or 8 jumps in the 90-plus range, which was the largest link-up. The record being 72 was smashed with the 90, and we went up and did 7 jumps in the 90-plus range. As far as engineering, the aircraft formation was perfect. The engineering of exit order and entry order to the formation was very appropriate, very adequate, and an efficient situation. Talent was there, the color coding of jumpsuits worked well. Everything as far as engineering was very satisfactory.
From the experiences that you've learned after these attempts, what kind of potential do you see for future underway attempts?
Well, the potential was the world now knows through the exposure of the people there and on the jump that the 100-way is very much a reality. In several of our jumps, the 99-way, we could have easily, with the proper personnel, put 120, 130 people in formation on one of those or 2 of those jumps. The main thing is we had the 100-way. It was this close. We had it in our hand, we hooked it, and it got away. But that doesn't mean we stopped fishing for it. We will get the record.
Determined to succeed, Roger regroups. He contacts Ponce and Fielding, generating the energy for the next attempt. They set the date for August 9th, 1986. During the summer, Manos and Pyrrhus attempt 100-way in. They reach. On their next attempt in the 100. Roger now sets his goal at 1. He arranges a South African C-130 to be flown halfway around the world, believing the tailgate aircraft carrying all the jumpers would improve their chances. Needing a larger airport to operate such an aircraft, the attempt is set for Quincy, Illinois. Never had a C-130 been used for a record, and Ponce has to design the strategy. On Friday, August 8th, he outlines the jump to the officials.
That's going to be very critical. And the 4th row single, and the 5th row single, and then the last row is where they double.
You're going to have tan clusters and navy
blue, right?
Navy
right,
blue,
right. And you're going to have gaps here. There will be gaps on this end. This is what it will get confusing out there, because he's so close to this base that these people could be over him.
Okay.
And here, once it spreads out a little bit more, then these people can get around.
All right. Then maybe.
Plus, it doesn't disrupt the whole lineup.
The C-130 is the plane for the next generation of records. It has 4 modern engines utilizing turboprops, and the climb rate triples that of a DC-3. It eliminates the aircraft separation experienced on multiple plane attempts, and the huge plane carries 150. The group works to the edge of the ramp using hand signals to communicate the movement. The lineup is finalized and the jump simulated on the ground. They practice until everyone knows their positions. The team heads for a practice jump with 95 to check the theory and the exit speed. They approach with respect. Most had never jumped from a plane so large. The jump grows to over 80, proving the theory of the aircraft. The jumper's landing ends the day, and they anxiously await the actual attempt. On Saturday morning, August 9th, jumpers from around the world stand ready. The crowd is amazed that 120 people are planning to link in freefall. With confidence, the jumpers prepare for the first attempt.
Has to be flown on by itself. You can't alter this base flying. Let them fly at their rate of fall. You are flying to them, and it's very critical on this.
We got the time. We learned that last year. Just go smooth and go slow, and if it's in trouble, give it a second.
Carrying the oxygen, the jumpers march through the door ready to challenge the record. It's been a year since the last attempt, and time has built their desire. They exit the plane on the first attempt at 18,000 feet. The tailgate allows the tightest exit ever. This jump falls faster than anticipated, and several jumpers find trouble matching speed. The formation tends to wobble, but before it's over, 103 people had made the largest link-up ever. Now the team is ready for a second attempt. The aircraft climbs upward. The group waits patiently in line. The plane has reached altitude too far from the airport, and hypoxia affects the jumpers. For 10 minutes, they stand without oxygen before the signal to exit comes. The exit flows out, and the jump starts to build. The formation grows to 100 when waves of instability destroy their chances. It was hypoxia that harmed the effort. They listened to a briefing on the ground.
I don't know how many here took the oxygen off and then felt it, say in about 9 or 10 seconds, they felt it really strong. And then maybe after that, you got a little bit used to it. But so what you really got to do is realize that's going to happen. Don't let it get you apprehensive. You're not going to pass out or anything.
That was part of the result of that was hypoxia, because people, when they're getting in, they just don't have the concentration to keep going with it.
After waiting for the effects of the hypoxia to lessen, the group heads for the third attempt. But they're still slightly dazed, and the jump turns to chaos. Disturbed by the results, Ponce speaks to the group.
Here, they're not going to get axed. Well, it's time. The axe is going to start falling. We had 2 funnels so far.
Do you think we should go lower?
Yes.
Who had hypoxia problems? Raise your hand.
So the center people should stand up first, and then the outside row. And then you can still all keep your oxygen on. And keep it, don't stand up and then throw your mask away like some people do. Keep it there as long as you can, until you start moving forward, then throw. But those center people must stand up first, before the outside rows.
On the fourth attempt, the jumpers keep the masks on longer, and that seems to solve the hypoxia problem. The jump begins growing, quickly resembling a snake on the ground. It grows to around 100 when tension breaks the center. They attempt to fly it back together, but time runs out. 114 jumpers had momentarily linked. Jump number 5. A light indicates the airport approaching, and the jumpers prepare the lineup. The team works to the edge of the ramp, and the signal is given. At the ramp, there's a waterfall of human bodies. The base grows steadily as the divers set up in waves. The structure is flat and stable, and no one has gone low. Everything is perfect. The record is in hand. The formation grows to 120. A new record is born. But the camera lens fogs. The jump is unofficial.
That one would happen. Feel it? That one would happen.
That was there. That was 120.
That was
a 15-second hold.
It just was an hour from
Right there, baby. That was it.
But that's why we got to get it jammed right back up, because the energy, I think there was a lot of people that said, let's just get right back and do it. You know, last year we didn't get it, but we did. But what it did was bring the best out of us, and it's going to make it a better skydive when we get it on this next jump. Yeah.
The sixth jump fails, landing miles from the airport. The next funnels.
We haven't had hard up to this jump. We were a 100-way team at Freefall. We were wedge, hedge, and colors, but we were rings and bases. We were floaters and divers, but we were a team in unity. We aren't that right now. We're 120 people standing here going on the same jump together. And that's what's missing. We all know that feel, and that's what we got to get back in there.
In jump 8, the center falls out. They alter the jumpsuits, hoping that will solve the problem. The jumpers start Monday with a very compatible fall rate. Only 115 people form before the time runs out, but the structure doesn't fail. Energy returns, and the team prepares for the record.
Give me a 1! 1! Give me a 2! 2! Give me a 0! 0! What does it spell? 120! What are you gonna do? 120! Can't hear you! 120!
On the next jump, confidence is high. The previous jump showed their problems were solved. Each member did their part, and the formation grew perfectly. But the growth stops at 119, with one jumper going low. At Freeport are relived, and some begin to question if the record is a goal or just a dream. The team finds out that a judge has left, but a jumper, Hashim Tarogi, is also a judge and gives up the jump for the team. Inspired by Hashim, Roger rallies the group.
Everybody to do is let's go right over to the loading area. Let's do it!
They attack the exit, bombarding out of the door. Everyone feels the magic, knowing this is the one. 10 jumps of dedication and learning have everyone flying right. The formation grows and grows, and no one goes low. At 6,000 feet, the last person docks, but a grip is lost before enough time ticks off. The jumper regrips, starting the clock again, and the formation holds for 3 seconds. 120 people have reached a new world's record, and the quest moves on to the future.
When I did the 50-way with Lucas, the 100-way was mentioned as impossible. And then we were working on the 60-way, Nick died on a practice jump. And that's when we did the 50-way, Ponce wasn't on it, he was on the B team. And the B team went up and built the 54-way. Ever since that time we did the 60-way together, we became the Roger brothers. Yeah. And this was 60, double 60 is 120. So we just doubled it. So our next one together is 2. Just saying about next year.
I'm gonna try and get 2 hits. Yeah, 120, 120.
Yeah.
1! Me at 2!